have a press conference here at the Sautner residence, waiting for the EPA to come and deliver their water from the Superfund site.
Yes.
From Superfunding. Superfund site, yeah. Here we go, got a lot of press here. This is in Dimock.
It's Victoria Switzer.
Switzer. I've been answering to Switzer for 4 years now.
And this is
But you know what those eyes stand for.
Friday, the 20th of January.
They told to me online today.
I told you what it stood for.
I couldn't believe that.
That's what you should write in there.
They said the I in Victoria must stand for idiot.
Hello. You must be.
It must be, really. Think you can take on a gas industry, huh?
The V stands for Victor.
Victor.
Yep.
Victory.
I know what the T stands for. Tenacious.
You can go up there if you want.
Okay, so when everybody
Are they putting Dimock people up there?
spell it.
Yeah.
And then we'll have Craig, Victoria, Craig, Josh. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ron, would you like to say anything, Ron?
No, I talked enough.
And
About right.
Craig, maybe
You can say plenty for me, Greg, so you do it.
you know. What, no, I mean, what the other families are.
I'm sure you have
Everybody, we neighbors.
Victoria.
Who's Victoria?
All right, hello everybody. My name is Julia Walsh. I'm the campaign director for FRAC Action. That's Julia Walsh. Today we're gathered here at the home of the Sautners on Carter Road in Dimock, Pennsylvania, to celebrate and welcome the water delivery trucks that are being sent by the EPA. Today the EPA has set a national precedent in delivering water to the residents of Dimock who have had their water poisoned by fracking. This is the first time where there is real justice for Americans that have been harmed by this corrupt industry. And for the past 6 weeks, since the end of November, when Cabot Oil and Gas stopped delivering water, it was up to the public to donate proceeds and money to deliver water to the folks here in Dimock, Pennsylvania. And we're glad to see that the federal government is now stepping in and taking over what is really their responsibility. So we're here today joined by many of the families here on Carter Road, Director Josh Fox from Gasland, and some of their neighbors. First we'll have Craig Sautner, whose home we're at, speak about what has happened here and why the EPA has come and stepped in. Thanks.
Yeah, hi everybody, my name is Craig Sautner, C-R-A-I-G-S-A-U-T-N-E-R, and we're just thrilled to death today that the EPA has called us yesterday to say that they are going to bring us water. Right now, they're going to bring water to 4 of the families because they got done analyzing some of the data. They're not done with all the data yet, so there's going to be other families probably included into that they're going to be delivering water to. And our ultimate goal here is for all the families that have the contaminated wells to get this temporary water supply being brought by the EPA. And our ultimate goal in the end would be to get a water line that was promised to us from Montrose down here to Dimock that the DEP pulled away from us. Yeah. You know, and that is our ultimate goal. Our property values have plummeted to nothing because we don't have clean water in the houses. We can't sell our houses. With this water line coming to us that was promised to us, then our property values would be back up. Now the EPA, why did they step in here like this and promise us water, delivery of water? In the beginning, when they were looking at the data, they didn't have enough of the test results. They finally got some more test results and analyzed it, took it to a toxicologist, and all of a sudden, you know, they deemed that the wells were that bad that they needed to bring us water because they didn't want us to use the water. Now, the problem I have with it is, why is the EPA making a statement like this and the DEP did not make the same statement before? How did the DEP give Cabot permission to stop delivering water to us when that was only a month and a half ago, when the water has not changed in the last month and a half. So how could they have made a statement that the water was fine, it was okay to drink, there was nothing wrong with our water? Cabot and the DEP both said the same thing. And it's about time these companies are held accountable for what they have done, the destruction that they have caused, all the wells that they have contaminated. And I got a call late this morning from the DEP asking if they can come test my water. Isn't it a little late now all of a sudden to come and try to test my water? Where were you for the last over a year since you've been here to Dimock testing water? They have not been here to test the water. They didn't, and when they took the water, stopped the water supply, they said they never even came here. I asked them, I said, did you come here and look at the water or even test it before you made your decision? And they all said no. And I said, well, how can you do that and then take the water away without even doing this? Okay, so this is the greatest news we could have today, that they stepped in to bring us water, and we can't thank the EPA for doing this for us. I mean, everybody said let science speak for itself. Well, I guess it has, hasn't it? So we just thank everybody that's involved with this whole thing, and our ultimate goal, like I said, is for the rest of the families that are contaminated to get some water, and the ultimate goal would be to get the water line brought to us again. Okay? Okay, we'll have Victoria Switzer next.
Yeah, we'll have Victoria Switzer next, who's another resident here on Carter Road.
Victoria, Victoria, Switzer, Switzer. I don't live on Carter Road. I actually live at the bottom of Carter Road. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm at the bottom of Carter Road. And Craig summed it up, very well. I think what I want to make clear is DEP has failed us miserably here. I was very naive in 2006 when I signed a lease, and 2007 and 8 when I started calling DEP almost on a daily basis, reporting spills and stealing water from the creek and everything that I was seeing right from my front door. They weren't too helpful then. In fact, they told me their hands were tied. I should call the governor. That was Governor Rendell. Now we have Governor Corbett. But I'm very disturbed that DEP failed us like this. I'm very happy that EPA is stepping in, and maybe they can duke it out. EPA, I hope they're here to protect us. I know that DEP is certainly a political agency because, to quote them, they have partnered with the industry. They've partnered a little too close, as far as I'm concerned. They didn't do their job here, and now EPA is here. I'm not one of the 4. Isn't there a movie, I Am Number 4? I am not number 4. I'm not on the list yet to get water. And I don't know how that'll play out. EPA will come in and do real testing, because I've had Cabot test my water and say, nothing in it, ma'am. And I know that's not true. In fact, I had 2 water testers the last time Cabot tested tell me to my face that my water was full of gas, dangerous levels, and when I got the written report a few weeks later, no gas. So I'm not letting Cabot test my water, and I'm not letting DEP test my water, because as far as I'm concerned, that's the same thing, DEP and Cabot. But I'm glad that EPA is here, and I guess I'll believe it when I see the first drop of water go into somebody's buffalo, because we had our water line yanked, and then we had an EPA promise to bring water, we had that yanked, and now I need to see this water. Is it here?
Yes. As a matter of fact, there it is, at the end of the road.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Craig Stevens, who is a neighbor here on the neighboring town of Montrose. He's been very instrumental in helping with the water deliveries with some of the organizations involved. And those organizations are Water Defense, Frack Action, Sierra Club, United for Action, and many others who have been helping over the past 6+ weeks in providing water. Craig Stevens.
Thank you for coming, folks. Craig Stevens, C-R-A-I-G-S-T-E-V-E-N-S, 6th-generation landowner in Silver Lake Township, Pennsylvania. This year, 180 years my family's been on the same corner. Moved full-time to the property 2 years ago, saw what was going on, noticed what was happening in Dimock. All my neighbors told me everyone was lying over here looking for money. I came to find out myself. I found out who's lying. It's not these people here. These are the bravest people that live on this road that have had damage done to them that I've ever met in my life. Governor Cabot's been in office for a year yesterday. He's never come here and visited, never even bothered to call. Michael Crancher's been in office for a year, has never come here, never bothered to call. Tina Pickett, where are you? Gene Yaw, where are you? This is real, folks. You know, I watched what happened in the neighborhood, called all the ministers and people in charge of the churches, not an answer. So I'm guessing this doesn't work here anymore with people. That's the Bible. Here's the Pennsylvania State Constitution. Very clearly, Article 27 states that we get clean water and pure air, pure water and clean air. That's been broken. Now, the federal government showed up. There's the U.S. Constitution. It's quite clear that we have these rights. It's quite clear they've been violated in Pennsylvania, not only by the industry. There's many industry companies here. There's one state government, and that state government has failed us. Now, the EPA is here. They're delivering water. It's phenomenal. We love it. We'd like them to be delivering to everybody. And great job, Governor Cabot. You went from 12 families that were being looked at to 61. Keep it up, because we're looking to be 6,000. There are a lot of people damaged. We want them looked at, we want them investigated, and we want this problem fixed. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have Josh Fox, the director of the Academy Award-nominated documentary Gasland that started here in Dimock, Pennsylvania. Josh.
Thanks, Julia. I'm very, very grateful to the EPA for coming through here. I'm very grateful to Administrator Lisa Jackson. This represents a monumental failure on behalf of Governor Tom Corbett and Secretary Michael Crancher of DEP. The state of Pennsylvania has looked the other way time and time again in a criminal fashion when families in gas drilling areas such as here in Dimock, which starts here in Dimock, have been contaminated and the groundwater has suffered permanent damage. These 4 families are just the beginning. I'm calling on EPA to continue this policy. The EPA's stated policy is to step in where states have failed to enforce, which means that the state of Pennsylvania and Governor Tom Corbett has failed in his obligation to protect the citizens of Pennsylvania and protect the water here, and to protect the environment here, and to protect public health. This is not just happening in Dimock. I have been traveling across the state of Pennsylvania for the last 3 years, making the film Gasland and making now Gasland 2. I am watching this same story unfold in Dimock, in Tioga County, in Bradford County, in Fayette County, in Washington County, in Greene County, all across the state of Pennsylvania. This is a disaster. Dimock, Pennsylvania is a disaster area. The groundwater will never be fixed here. This is a community that will be on permanent life support. And in the state where we have 2.3 million water wells, the most water wells, private water wells in the nation, for the government to be collaborating with the gas industry, selling out the people because of campaign contributions and backroom deals and political affiliations, it is a disgrace. It is an utter disgrace. So the responsibility for this is squarely on the shoulders of the government of Pennsylvania that has failed to create safeguards, that has let this gas industry in without due diligence, without looking at what it actually does. And that goes back to the Rendell administration, through the Corbett administration. So I'm very grateful to Lisa Jackson, the EPA, for coming in here today, but this cannot stop here. We have this situation happening all across the state of Pennsylvania. So I'm hoping that this policy can go forward, because it's truly the only solution to now bring in water for people who have been contaminated by the gas industry. And this has been happening all across the United States as well. In Pavilion, Wyoming, EPA brought in water. In Weatherford, Texas, an EPA action to enforce against Range Resources contaminating water there. This is the story we're hearing over and over and over again in Pennsylvania, in Wyoming, in Texas, in Louisiana, in Australia, across the world where fracking and gas drilling is taking place. So, again, thanks EPA, and congratulations, you guys. These people are heroes. They've been fighting for 3-4 years now to get the word out. To say to the world, what happened here in Dimock, don't let it happen to you. And people all across this area attacked them. They were attacked by their state government. They've been attacked by people in the federal government, saying that they weren't telling the truth. But here you have EPA confirmation of a problem of contamination in the groundwater. And you have to respect the endurance level of these folks in coming forward and doing this again and again and again and saying, no, no, actually we had great water before this and now it's ruined. So bravo and congratulations. Thank you.
Just again to highlight what Josh is saying, thanks Josh, I mean, it's pretty incredible how long these folks have suffered, and that really their endurance and their work is as a warning to the other citizens here in Pennsylvania and throughout this country and the world as to what can happen. We've had different reporters here from all over the world coming to see what's happening in Dimock, Pennsylvania, and I'm really grateful that they've endured this for all of us and our children. Along with the many people that are here today, one person that couldn't be here is Mark Ruffalo, the founder of Water Defense. He had a special statement to read. He's right now filming his next blockbuster, and he's very happy. It is with the greatest amount of gratitude that I'd like to reach out to the EPA on behalf of Water Defense and the families of Dimock, Pennsylvania. Since November, the families on Carter Road have been robbed of their clean drinking water by Pennsylvania's state government in collusion with Cabot Oil and Gas. Water Defense, with the help of many other organizations, NRDC, Sierra Club, Riverkeeper, Catskill Mountain Keeper, NIRAD, Frag Action, United Fraction, and many other beautiful, thoughtful people have been delivering water since then. Today, the EPA is taking to heart the promise that they have made to step in when people have contaminated water. After weeks of obstruction by Pennsylvania's DEP Secretary Michael Krancer, today we got word that the EPA will begin delivering clean water to our friends. When it is a matter of water, no win is a small one. I applaud the EPA for its decision to intervene. I strongly urge the agency to also provide relief to the other residents who are still without water. The families have a long legal fight ahead of them just to return to their way of life before drilling came to their town. Today, at least some of the residents know they will be able to drink and bathe without further fear or worry. We will continue to expose the dangers of the gas drilling and the need for greater understanding of how this will affect our health and well-being for decades from now as more toxins are pumped into the earth and the air by this incredibly irresponsible industry. Were there any last words that anyone wanted to make? Okay, and please sign up on our press list that's going around, and we'll have some press releases to deliver. We'll have questions, answers. Craig has one more thing to say.
Yeah, the truck is here, it's right down the road, and they just wanted to say anybody that wants to, film it coming in here when they bring the water in here. We might just have to move a couple vehicles.
Any questions from the press?
Any questions?